Hey, and welcome to my channel where I draw and talk about uncomfortable topics because I like to torture myself and you too while I'm at it. Sorry if I sound a bit weird, I just got new braces and I'm still trying to get the hang of talking with them on. Which is ironic considering I already have a wet sandwich of a voice. Check out my previous video for more shits and giggles about that. It feels so bulky and looks so weird on me. As if I didn't need any more handicraps for talking. Plus it makes me look like 2021's biggest dork, so there's that too. But at least it's my favorite color. Anyway, back on the topic. So today we will be drawing a simple anime girl like I never done that before. And we will be diving into the toxic mindset of comparing yourself to others and hopefully help you get over it. No promises. Anyway, so do you ever look at somebody's perfection, their blinding grace, whether it's someone's life, their art, their accomplishments, their everything, then look at yourself like it's not the best feeling ever. Comparison takes many different shapes and gets us where it hurts, right in the ego. It makes you feel inadequate, not good enough, and can lead you to stop your progress. Or worse, not start at all. It makes you ask yourself, why am I not there yet? So, what is it? Comparison is as natural as breathing, and so you can't avoid doing it. It happens. Shit happens. Like it or not. Humans are very analytic and judgmental creatures. All we do is think. It's what separates us from the monkeys. Change is inevitable. As humans, we are also in a constant strive for change and improvement. And when we see someone else accomplish something we haven't, it eats us from within. Some reason we feel so bad about ourselves. The weight of someone else's accomplishments crushes us. And right now, it crushed me flat. As flat as the earth. Then our mind wanders towards ourselves and makes us overanalyze ourselves and brutally judge ourselves without even meaning to. Especially in a world of social media where we're constantly exposed with how much better someone else is. Don't get me wrong though, when I see someone slay in something, being their absolute best, creating masterpieces, being the bare definition of goals, yo, I love that shit. It's so inspiring. Like, how do you do it? Like, how are you so amazing? Sometimes it's criminally underrated how some of these people don't get the recognition that they deserve. But why can't I just feel happy for these people without feeling so shitty about myself? Like, damn! I used to think that I'm as chill as a cucumber. I don't get insecure. I don't care about nothing. I'm in it for the fun ride, not the long ride. I'm immune to this comparison game. Cause you win the games you don't play, and I don't play the comparison game. I never compare myself to anyone. The only person that I compare myself to is me. Good to crap. Cause surprise, it turns out I do. Problem is when you reach this stage, it makes you feel like you must reach those standards, or you should have reached those standards by now. Otherwise, you're not good enough for what you're striving for. You're not them, but you want to be them, and not yourself. And that shit ain't healthy. It's tough to want to be a butterfly when you look like a friggin' jellyfish. Where am I going with this? It happens so much. Whenever I see someone shine, I just get to thinking, oh wow, why aren't I as funny as them? Why aren't I as smart? Why can't I be as talented as them? Why can't I have as much followers or likes as them? I wish I was pretty as her. I wish my freaking eyelashes were as long as that guy's. Bitch, this isn't Build-A-Bear. Grow up. With some people, they get real envious. They even go as far as hate on that person. So you feel bad about yourself. You're jealous. And now you're angry too? Like, girl, pick a struggle. Thankfully, I haven't reached that level. But it still hurts. Lately, I have been measuring my accomplishments. And not gonna lie, it's quite disappointing to see where I am now. And why I haven't achieved this or that yet. Why are the numbers so low and all that jazz? To the point I lost track of what I gained and what I learned. I forgot to just have fun in the process and enjoy the now. Cause in the state of the world, that's all I have. Fun fact, my main work is in fashion, which is a brilliant industry to be in 2021. So in our class, we're encouraged to find inspiration from our peers, learn from their classmates. But to be fair, they were right. I learned so much from those people. To be presented with such talent from all over the world, to be these braces! To be presented with so much talent from all over the world, to see them work, see their work rather than from the screen, it makes it so real and show how possible these brilliant creations can be. Yo, there was even this one girl that made construction work look aesthetic as fuck, and this other girl that full on started their business during lockdown, selling the clothes that she made. Yo, bruh. These people though, they are something else. It was so inspiring to see all in real life. It made me feel like maybe I can do it too. But at the same time, it wasn't achievable to my standards. Like, sometimes I try to do what they do and, well, fail miserably. Like, reality check, she wants you back on earth. And some of those people know that. But the thing is, they weren't horrible about it. In fact, they were the most supportive, encouraging mofos I have ever met. They pointed out where I kept going wrong and how I can improve, and tried to talk me out of this self-hatred talk I'd grown myself into. And bit by bit, I got better. Granted, I haven't seen them in so long, and I've been real hesitant to pick up the shears and make clothes again, cause making the clothes part was never my strongest asset, I have to admit. And not having the guidance makes it even more daunting to start again. So now I'm back in square one. Yippee-ki-yay! Plus, what really got to me was how they found placements and internships within the mess that was 2020. And ya girl haven't. So, might as well start making my coffin now, guys. Cause, is there any hope for me? But I remember this particular YouTuber. Her work was so amazing. The quality of her work and production was the top grade. It looked too professional to be free on YouTube, but at the time she had such a small following, it was criminally underrated. This was over like a year-ish ago, and now she's grown over 100k subs, and I couldn't be prouder. And she'll probably never hear this, but it was so eye-opening. It literally showed that even if it's not paying off, just keep going. And even if it's not, like, does it matter? What? How is this a happy ending? So you might be thinking, yeah, we all feel crap about someone else's grace. So what's the point? Well, Baka, you just answered your own question. We all feel inadequate. Everybody gets shamed by, well, ourselves. That includes the people you put in a pedestal. For all you know, they might not see themselves the way that you do. They might feel the exact same way as you, even with everything that they accomplish. So who's to say you'll feel any different once you get what you want? Who's to say you'll feel less shitty as you do now when you eventually get to what you're striving for? Not everything lasts. That includes the highs and lows. So there probably isn't a solution to any of this. So, solution? One thing I can think of is ego death. Bitch, what the fuck is that? Well, let me explain. Basically, it means to let go of your ego. You know, let it go. Turn away and slam that fucking door. Send Truckun after your ego, cause we need to isekai the shit out of her, out of your mind, and into some other world to slay some demon king instead of slaying your self-esteem. What kind of metaphor was that? Anyway, ask yourself, why do you want to achieve what they have? Why is not having it making you feel like this? Do you want the validation that you're giving to them? Do you want recognition? Do you want compensation for the hard work you've done? Why do you want it so bad? In a weird way, all this might be streaming from your ego, your self-esteem, your self-importance, your need for validation and recognition. Yeah, you're gonna have to let that shit go, sis. You just say goodbye. Don't expect to receive that no matter how hard you're working, no matter how well or how bad things are getting. Other people's reaction, whether it's good or bad, is completely out of your control. And if we're considering the algorithm here, well, you're shit out of luck. You don't make the calls in this relationship. Plus, everything keeps changing, whether it's your mood about yourself, the trends, people's opinions about you, your growth, everything is in a constant change. Nothing stays the same. So since we have no control over anything, but want to keep doing what we're doing whether it's your art, working out, or whatever you're going for, and we're in a constant stream of change, why not focus our mindsets instead? Focus on the learning process. Remember what drawn you into it to begin with and fall back in love with it. Let yourself enjoy what you're doing no matter what the outcome. Focus. I blooming hate these phrases. Focus on enjoying the process of improvement. Focus on internally rather than externally. Don't see someone else's success as your failure. Use it to find ways on how you can improve. The whole concept of feeling like someone is above you, it's okay. Accept that and let go of your ego. It doesn't mean you're not good enough. It doesn't mean you're a bad person. It doesn't mean you should stop. It doesn't mean that it's not taking you anywhere. It doesn't mean you reached a brick wall. Your reasoning for doing whatever you want to do should overpower the need for validation. Don't bother comparing yourself to others. What they're capable of is out of your control. You get upset, yes, and that's okay. If you're sick of that self-deprecating, how do you say that word? Self-deprecating, nailed it. Feeling, try to remember that your disappointment in yourself is just a feeling, one that you can control and one that you can change over time. Instead, try to feel good for that person. Look for how you can learn from them and get inspired. Find positive and supportive role models if you can. Analyze your standards and know what you personally measure success with. Top tip, I won't advise measuring your success with numbers, especially when you're just starting out. Take it from me. Cry face. It can be so daunting and frankly disappointing, but don't let that stop you from improving. Keep improving whether you make it or not. A wise man once said, imagine each goal as an excuse to do something that you want to do. A happy mountain climber doesn't set the goal as getting on top of the mountain, but rather use the excuse to get on top of the mountain to go mountain climbing. Whether someone else gets on top and he doesn't, it doesn't matter to him if he enjoys the climb. Thank you, Sisyphus55, for that golden nugget of life advice. Of course, it's different if things are at stake, but still, your goals don't happen overnight. And again, that's okay. It doesn't end when you get there either. Be patient and find your own way that makes you enjoy the process, and eventually, you'll probably get there. You are a plant. Let yourself grow, girl. Keep watering yourself. Keep drinking water. Don't be dehydrated. So, in conclusion, it's okay to feel invalidated or inferior sometimes. You'll be surprised to see how much you change in a year, because even small but constant grind is worth a ton by the end. Because of math, it all adds up. So only compare yourself with your past self and change your envy with a good for you attitude and be inspired by others instead. Remember that your goals don't happen overnight and it doesn't end when you reach your goals either. Be patient and find your own way that makes you love the journey. No matter how perfect someone is, how imperfect you are, everything will turn into dust in the end anyway. Like a sandcastle. It doesn't matter how shit you are compared to someone else, just do it anyway. Make mistakes. Love your work as much as you admire someone else's. Cause even if it amounts to nothing, as long as you learned from the process and you enjoyed the time you spent on it, does the outcome really matter? As naive as that sounds, does it matter if your work don't amount to anyone else's? Who cares? Probably nobody. So why not? Just remember, you might be the before picture, but that doesn't mean you'll be the after picture. I don't know where I'm going with this video, to be honest. Guess nowhere, but hope it entertained somebody. Even if it helped no one, oh well, what's gonna happen? You can't please everyone, including yourself. This was a pointless video, wasn't it? So that I'm not a total hypocrite, I'm gonna try to make the dress in the speed paint, you know, just so I can get back into the swing of things, and and we shall see where that goes. So stay tuned if you want to see how that goes. Regardless, I hope you enjoyed this pointless rant. Anyway, stay happy and hopefully I will see you next time. Ciao!